No, you're insane!
Hello, and welcome to the Madhouse, episode number 99. I'm Ultimate Spy 53, the host of this podcast, and joining me for this week's episode, I have...
Kovoc.
I'm Lucas.
This is bigdinoguy here. I've been gone for a while, things have just, been
totally.
chaos. I'm back!
Speaking of his absence, we have had an absence from this show for a while. Second time it's happened. First time, of course, the explanation was I was moving. No control over that at all. I can't fix that at all. Just the way things are. Then the second time we've had some conflicts here and there. That's why we've skipped 3 weeks. We don't want to skip that many weeks. Just sometimes things happen. Not everyone's available, and I can't.
We're better now.
I can't do anything about it. So that's just the way this podcast works. That's why I put in the description more or less weekly, because it might not always be every week. We might skip some weeks. So we're back after a long hiatus. We are sorry, but we're back. Whether or not you care, whether or not you care to listen, we're still back. So we have some cool things to talk about. We're not going to go into Infinity War because that's just came out. So I'll tell right there.
And I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, no spoilers at all. Please, thank you. So Venom trailer just released. I was looking forward to this movie because ever since Sony was like, yeah, well, we gave you Spider-Man, but we still want to do something of our own thing, so we're gonna do our a character that fans were disappointed with in the 2007 movie Spider-Man 3 that everyone hated, even though I personally loved it a lot. That was honestly, before this movie trailer came out, I was really, honestly, in my personal opinion, Spider-Man 3 is, out of the three in the trilogy, my favorite because Venom was in it and he was awesome. I don't care what people say about it. I loved it.
I will admit one thing to that entire movie. I do admit this. I actually enjoyed having Venom in it.
Yes, exactly.
Having Venom and the Black Symbiote in that movie is what saved it. Other than that, it was a trash film. Sandman was handled extremely poorly. No, that came out of my fucking nightmares. And after having such a fantastic film as Spider-Man 2, that was new Goblin, Harry Osborn. No, that film was shit.
The Hobgoblin.
No, not the Hobgoblin. That was not the Hobgoblin, and he was not called the Hobgoblin.
Yeah, totally.
They did not call him the Hobgoblin.
It's called the New Goblin.
The Hobgoblin is someone that's completely unrelated.
I thought I actually when I saw the movie for a few times, I've seen it like 10 times I know, but like I thought that Harry was playing the Hobgoblin. Turns out he was completely different. He was just a new version of the Green Goblin. I was a little upset with that, but I think it was pretty cool still.
They literally called him the New Goblin.
Yeah. The new Green Goblin.
Yeah.
He's taking on the mantle,
but
he's known as New Goblin.
It's like a commercial, kind of like a commercial, just like introducing
the New Goblin.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. So
buy them now at your local Gobsmart.
Pretty much.
I just felt like Venom in Spider-Man 3 was particularly creepy. Like, I just felt like, because I hadn't read the comics. The only comics from Spider-Man I've read were before Venom was introduced. I grew up on the comics. I knew all about the villains and stuff. And then I saw Spider-Man 3, and I was...
in the first movie.
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean?
The Goblin in the first movie was creepier than Venom.
I guess so.
I actually used to be really scared of the movie because of that shit. Like,
I used to the burning building scene was what always got me.
Yeah.
I hated that thing growing up, but I love it now. I hated it growing up.
Oh yeah, but
I'm gonna have to watch it again at some point. It's been a while since
I feel like fans with this version before we got this trailer, fans were not happy with the Venom they got with Topher Grace. Like, oh, it was terrible Venom. I actually liked him. He was really good, especially when Eddie Brock for the first time got the goo on his because after Peter Parker he took control of him, he got it off. He was like Parker, even though I think Cinnamon Sins was like, how is able to see Parker from all the way up to there? Like, how? It's like, well, he can hear Peter Parker up there. He can hear him go crazy.
Regardless, that whole scene. So I really hope that they do the church scene.
Yeah.
in that. I really do.
Hey,
I
guys.
hope that they. Hey, Kaylee.
Hey.
I would. So here's my concern, because we are talking about Venom as a whole. And
Yeah.
The old movie versus now, the trailers and whatnot. They do with it is. I hope that they don't have this Venom movie taking place in the current generation.
Yeah.
I don't know what happens in Infinity War, so I don't know if Spider-Man's alive. I don't know what the hell happened. So this is only speculation purely of what I would enjoy to see.
Yeah.
I don't want this Venom to be taking place when Spider-Man is in his high school years.
Yeah, people were
really
not
hope
happy
that,
with that at all. With
I'm not.
I really hope that they have the whole Spider-Man actor. I forget his name.
He was like on the IMDb page, but like he isn't in the trailer.
But yeah.
So
Anyway, what I would love for him to do, I'd love to have an older version of him working at the Daily Bugle. That place with J. Jonah Jameson. Working at the Daily Bugle and having the whole rivalry between he and what's his face? Yeah, Eddie Brock.
Yeah.
I really hope they do that, or at the very least have the church scene.
Yeah, of course.
I want to see the church scene, because that, as much as I hate Spider-Man 3, that church scene was still absolutely beautiful to watch. Seeing them crawling down, like the symbiote crawling down onto Eddie Brock and whatnot, that is one of my most favorite scenes in any film. I love it to death. And it's,
that scene was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I hope
I think it was one of the strongest scenes in the movie. It was pretty good.
Yeah,
but
totally.
but what my concern is, I don't want them to change his origins too much. Like in the, if I remember right, I forget if it was Secret War or Infinity War, where Spider-Man actually got the symbiote.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in the comic books, it was one of those two. I think it was Infinity War, but hey, fellow nerds, quote me on. Please figure it out and let us know in the comments below.
Yeah. If you even care to listen to our banter, then yeah.
That's it. About
Either
we're
along
going.
those lines. I'd love to have something either along those lines if it did happen in Infinity War. Again, haven't seen the movie. It was released literally yesterday, but I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to see it on Monday.
Yeah, totally.
But,
yeah, I love it.
But if they can do it at least faithfully in that respect, or what they could possibly do that would make me feel okay about it, is if for some reason they were to have, again, a church scene, but at like that farm or whatever that's going on. I just wanted to have in a similar fashion. Because like I said, that was an absolutely beautiful crafted scene that's faithful to the comics for the most part.
Okay, if it's
awesome.
just
Yeah, please.
like, I want to make sure I know what scene we're talking about here. It's the scene where
where Eddie's getting infected by the symbiote in the church in Spider-Man 3. Like the stuff gets on him.
So that's the spider scene, the one where he becomes
Venom, where you go
the one
like that.
I seriously didn't know that was a church. I thought that was like a lab.
What?
No, that was a church scene.
Yeah.
I unless we're talking about the new trailer. No, we're talking about the Spider-Man 3 film.
Yeah, I will say with the new trailer, the suit, because we see the suit for the first time in the new trailer. The difference between the new suit and the old suit is the old suit felt more like it actually had the webbing on it. In terms of the new suit, it kind of feels like it's a liquid goo stuff without the symbol. I think that's more creepy, because in the original 2007 Spider-Man 3 movie, they had that when the symbiote got on Eddie, it was like this. It had it was very much like the comics, but also it had the kind of webbing that Spider-Man had, but it just had more organic. It just felt more like webbing. And the new one, it's it literally feels like liquid, goo stuff that it just gets on them. Because I was like, wow, especially when it said, "We are Venom." It's like, oh my god.
Oh yeah, that felt.
And his mouth just closed on it. It's like, oh my god. And he's like, Eddie's like, I feel like if you ever seen the cutscene from Spider-Man 3, the game, where Eddie Brock, you can see his face from the teeth or whatever in the Spider-Man 3 game. There's a cutscene where Eddie shows up and he's with the symbiote in the game, and you can see his head or something. I think it might even be in the Shadow of the game, but I'm pretty sure it's in the Spider-Man 3 game where you actually see Eddie's head in the back of the teeth, and it's exactly in the same thing with the trailer. It looks like it forms around his head. It's terrifying, but also
I kind of like actually.
Yeah.
That they're doing a more organic, like, feel, because, I mean, think about it. He's supposed to be emulating a spider.
Yeah.
A venomous spider. So, I don't know, but, I mean, on the one hand, it's the change from, like, the webbing, like, goes, like that, to, like, a more organic version of it, is kind of strange, but at the same time, it makes sense, because spider.
Yeah, I mean, I will say that the line, like, when Eddie, hey, shush. When Eddie was like, why would we do that? And then Venom's like, we can do whatever we want. And I'm like, what? It's like, oh my god, what's happening?
At all.
That line is insane, and it's like, oh god, Venom is gonna control Eddie. He's going to take control over him. It's like, oh my god.
Because I've said it many times on both my own channel and on here. Spider-Man 2 is one of my favorite movies in the comic book adaptation.
Yeah.
The only one that I think kind of trumps it is The Dark Knight. But the thing that I liked about it was that it wasn't. I liked that being controlled. I guess for lack of a better word. And I'm not saying this movie is copying it, and I'm not saying that's a role model for film. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is, I enjoyed that concept, and I think that having the whole being taking control over, I like that angle in video games and in movies. That's one of the things that I love about Mass Effect. You have different characters that they are no longer in control, whether it's a Saurian or whatever. Yes, I'm playing Mass Effect. Yeah. I'm going to talk about it.
I actually kind of like Mass Effect. I'm more into something like, what's it called?
I've played all three games a few times. Right now, I'm DLC right now.
Yeah, but I actually like that. I like that angle too. Like the fact that they're not in control. Although the one concern I might have with that is if Venom is in control and Spider-Man, or no, the dude isn't, then how do we know that, like, who's the one who's actually doing all the good stuff? Like, do we, like, that calls, I feel like there's potential there for Venom to, like, do bad stuff because we don't know.
Yeah, it feels like Eddie is in control too. Like
kind of weird.
Yeah, I feel like Eddie can control the symbiote, but like I feel like Eddie and Venom are like battling like to control the power that like he's wondering why he's doing this, and he's like Venom's like, oh, I can do whatever, I can control you. He's like, no, I'm gonna control you.
It kind of feels like Venom is too villainous to be the hero sometimes. Like, just based on
he was supposed to be the villain. So he was originally the villain. That's what. So for me, growing up, the series that I always watched was Spider-Man show, the one where it had Kingpin and that one dude always in the floating wheelchair and whatnot. I always watched.
That sounds like an X-Men movie.
No, it is not.
Sorry, I heard floating wheelchair.
Well,
and I'm like.
Yeah, it was some real weird scientific dude with the wheelchair melded to his body or whatnot. I forget it's been years. But anyway, essentially that's the one that I always grew up with. And one of the things I remember definitively was Venom, he is no hero. On occasion, he does that come up when having to fight against common enemies.
Like in the trailer, he's known as anti-hero, so...
I understand why they are going more the anti-hero angle, because just like Harley Quinn, that's what they've been going on in the comics. They've been changing Harley Quinn and Venom into more anti-heroes over the years. I remember that there was actually a... I haven't read the comics. I know that there is supposed to be like some... One of the people that like the bonded with was some superhero dude. I forget what he was called though.
Superhero dude.
Well, literally, he was like a Punisher symbiote kind of thing working for the government. He was literally a superhero that used guns. I forget what they called him, though.
Agent Venom?
Huh? Yeah, the Venom symbiote bonded to someone.
Agent Venom,
What?
Agent Venom, I'm pretty sure,
Anyway, yeah. But, so it kind of makes sense, because they have been going along that route.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I hope that they don't stray too far away from the source material or the root. Yeah. But regardless, I'm looking forward to it, because Marvel, I was watching the Avengers today in preparation for Infinity War on Wednesday,
Mm-hmm.
and they have done a fantastic job with the series. All the changes that they made, Shield making the Avengers instead of being just a group forming up.
Yep.
Even the absence of, now it works very well. They have made a terrific series, and they were able to incorporate Spider-Man very late, but they did it damn well. And now they have X-Men along for the ride. X-Men is coming in.
Potentially, yes.
They bought Fox.
Sweet.
So
Potentially,
they could
we hope.
meld it into it. That's one of the things I'm really hoping. Like, as my, again, don't correct me if I'm wrong. Anyone, don't correct me until Monday. But something I would love to see is to have some sort of a tease, whether it's like Wolverine walking into New York. You don't really know who he is. All of a sudden, you see the claw. He's walking towards Thanos or something like that in part 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Something along those lines would be fantastic to see. And they can meld it damn well. They make it convincible. You feel like it's a real thing that could happen in our world at any moment.
Yeah.
True. And, any scene
that
with...
usually, because they make it too fantastical. They have way too many characters that are like the Mascara, Gotham, and where have I ever heard? Okay, New York. I got it. I mean...
Yeah, of course.
And, any scene with Wolverine is basically going to be badass, so, there's that.
Yeah, pretty much.
But, yeah, I kind of like the anti-hero aspect. I know this is really late, but I like it.
I'm sorry I keep talking. I'm just excited.
I will say, though, that because every movie, like, based off a comic book, even if it's based off of an original villain like Venom, they always have to have a thing they fight. So I think it's been confirmed at this point that Woody Harrelson, who's going to be playing a character in Solo, which I'm definitely more excited about than ever, because I keep seeing the trailers in theaters. Every time I go to the theater, I keep seeing the trailer. Makes me a little more excited to see it. But he's playing, I'm pretty sure he's confirmed, he's playing Carnage. Not really spoil it, but it's Carnage is probably going to be in the movie.
I can't see Woody Harrelson playing Carnage.
That's what I've been told, that he's playing Carnage, so...
No, I
don't know if we're gonna get a trailer with him, but who knows what we'll...
I love Woody Harrelson as an actor, but he does not fit the Carnage role. Unless he really...
That's like saying Alden F, or whatever his name is, can
delves into Joker-esque thing, like what...
It's like saying that the new Han Solo can't play Han Solo.
Well, a lot of people say that, and by the way, I disagree. Because you're not gonna get the old Han Solo in a Solo origin movie, because remember, I just have to do a little blurb, the Solo movie takes place years and years and years before they meet Solo in A New Hope. So of course he's going to be younger. Of course he's good. And there's a point with Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren is actually,
original.
Kylo Ren actually looks a lot like a young Han Solo, which is why the dude that plays him was chosen for that role.
Yeah.
So, everybody's saying that Kylo looks nothing like a young Han Solo. You're wrong. And and the person that's playing Solo does actually fit the part.
Yeah, that's a good example.
He actually looks enough like a young Han Solo
Yeah, he actually kind of looks
make
like
the change make sense.
He looks kind of like a mix between, he does kind
and
of
there's Leia in there too, and Padme, obviously. So he's not going to look exactly the same.
Yeah, that's a pretty good point for comparing the two, because I was like, like Bigdinoguy said, Woody Harrelson can't play Carnage. You never know. I mean, they don't always look great leaving them in the cast, but you're gonna have to wait and see what the movie will be like. So
I'm not saying it's possible for him to. I'm just saying, for what little I do know about the character, it doesn't really seem like the most logical.
Woody Harrelson, he's the dude that played the old Han. I'm right.
No, he's playing Beckett in Solo.
You mean Han Solo?
Woody Harrelson. Have you ever seen Zombieland?
I don't think so.
Oh gosh.
Oh God.
No, thank you. I don't want any more of that.
Anyway.
No. He's the dude that played Tallahassee in that one. He has also been in quite a few other films, like
Hunger Games. He was in Hunger Games.
He's been in a few films.
Hunger Games. He put Image.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that played.
I haven't even seen the last one. So kill me.
Freaking Haymitch,
You have
man.
it?
Not I'm
You're behind
just-
the ball, man. You're
I
behind the
haven't
ball.
seen the final Hunger Games movie. Don't blame me, but that's the way. It's just the way it is. I'm behind in
The
movies.
final Hunger Games movie was...
Don't spoil it. I'm gonna read the book again and then watch it. It's been like 3 years. I know. I know it's been out for 3 years, but I'm late.
Everyone dies.
Pretty much.
Did they? I mean, I read the book, but I can't remember exactly that. That's how the book. It doesn't spoil it if I already read the book. I'm gonna read the book again.
Damn it!
It's like saying it's like watching a movie after you've read the book and then someone spoils the movie for you, but it's like, wait, that doesn't make sense. I don't need. How is that spoiler? I already read the book. It's like that's the way it is with book adaptations.
But the movie just does not hold the candle to the book at all. They almost never do.
Yeah, like. But back to the Venom thing. I know we get a topic a lot. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. So this Venom trailer, I'm super psyched for it. The only downfall of it that I'm seeing so far is Jenny Slate's character who pronounces symbiote wrong. The symbiote. What? That is not how you pronounce it.
It's not necessarily wrong. What accent
Not even necessarily a downfall.
That is the one downside of the trailer is that Jenny Slate is pronouncing it wrong. You don't pronounce it like
what
that.
accent does he have? Does he have a particular
Jenny
accent?
Slate's character, the girl that he meets, she's pronouncing symbiote wrong. She thinks it's symbiote. That's not how you pronounce it.
Symbiote.
Well, again, accents can change the pronunciation of a certain word. So
True, but like everyone's really like everyone's like slamming on the trailer. It's like, oh, this character pronounced this word wrong because that's not how you pronounce it. It's like
Symbiote.
it's just weird. That's like the only thing I can think. I mean, I one thing I know it's interesting about the trailer is that we
I pronounce
see
it symbiont, pretty much.
Symbiont.
Yeah.
There's no N in there. It's symbiote.
Yeah. Symbiote. Symbiote?
That's what she said
Oh
in
my
the trailer.
god. Congratulations. You just made symbiont no longer sound like a word.
I don't know, but like I noticed in the trailer there was like 2 canisters. One of them had Venom in it, but another one, I don't know if there's gonna be more symbiotes in the movie because there's rumors are could possibly be more symbiotes. But again, it's a rumor. I don't know who's in it. It doesn't be more than
another
Venom.
rumor, like falling off. I don't know if you're saying the same thing, but different wording. But one of the things that a lot of people are speculating is that there will setting up for more. Okay, say what you will. Like I said, I have nothing but high praise for Marvel.
Yeah.
But they do sequel after sequel after sequel.
Yep.
That's what they do. That is how they make the money, and that's how we keep falling for it. Voluntarily, but falling for it. But one of the things that they're thinking about is that are multiple symbiotes. Multiple of them. So there's Carnage, Anti-Venom, and a whole bunch.
Venom, yeah.
They're just the symbiotes and
Deadpool Venom.
their background,
right?
huh?
I saw a video where Venom got infected Deadpool at one point in the comics.
I'm pretty sure.
It was crazy. It's like, how that could even happen? Yep. Also, Hulk too. Hulk got
That would be
infected once.
awesome to see, actually. I'd love to see
Anything
That's the comic
anything
book
with
right there.
Deadpool in it would pretty much be awesome. because
Venom has
it's
infected like every Marvel character in the comics, at least. That's what I've
that.
seen.
Yeah, actually. He invented Wolverine, actually.
He got Wolverine. He got Deadpool. He got Hulk. All kinds of characters.
Oh, God.
Comics are crazy.
But yeah, that's essentially what they all are. They're a bunch of different versions of Venom, and good or bad. And one of the things that people are speculating is that it's going to set up for more. So whether Carnage in the next film, or Anti-Venom, or any of those other characters, because they say in the trailer, multiple people have been exposed to some weird-ass thing and keep dying. What they are obviously experimenting with the symbiote.
Yeah, but like, here's the thing with comic book movies. It doesn't matter if it's based off of a original villain. Like for example, Venom is supposed to be based off of a villain, but they're twisting it, making him an anti-hero. Even then, you have to have a villain. So when you look at the cast, it says Woody Harrelson as Carnage.
It does?
Who knows if it is actually going to be turning into Carnage? He might just be the character before it becomes Carnage. We don't know. I have no idea what's going to happen.
Cassidy was
But
a-
who knows? We might just
Carnage?
see that happen.
What do you know about Carnage? What do you know about Carnage?
From what I've seen on videos and stuff from like Emergency Awesome, Carnage is essentially the same entity as Venom, except he's red, and he's more insane than Carnage. He's like been his greatest foe in the comics, and there's some fan art of him, but like he's
So-
more dangerous than Carnage.
So here's the thing that happened with Carnage, and again,
Yeah.
he was also in that animated show. Though.
Yeah, he's just crazy.
Basically, what happened is that Carnage is the offspring of Venom.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I've read.
But the thing is, Cletus Cassidy, who's the host of Carnage, Cletus Cassidy, he was a serial killer. He killed
Yep.
tons and tons of people,
Oh,
and he was
yeah.
a death row inmate.
Sounds like fun.
That is the Carnage. It is insanity incarnate, basically, and it multiplies basically the destructive nature of the wearer. And Cletus Cassidy willingly bonded with it. That's why Carnage is so damn powerful and so deadly. That's why Venom and Spider-Man teamed up to take him down, because you went on many, many, many killing sprees.
Yep.
Sounds like a fun host to
I
have.
don't see him following in that kind of footsteps. I don't see it as my experience with his role. I think he could pull it off, but I don't really see him being much of the kind of actor that could take on an insanity incarnate role.
Yeah.
That sounds more like a role meant for somebody like...
Like the dude that played the Joker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Which Joker? Jared Leto or
The Dark
the
Knight,
other one?
or even the Dark Knight one.
Okay. So,
Or
Heath Ledger.
maybe...
Maybe,
I don't know.
Jack Nicholson as well. I can see that.
Benedict? I don't know if Benedict Cumberbatch could have done it.
Doctor
Because he
No.
played
Doctor
Khan in
Strange
The Dark
as
Knight.
Carnage? What?
But
No,
Khan isn't really
no.
the insane type of character.
No, Khan is a evil, conniving bastard.
He's that, but he's justifiable, basically.
And
You can justify those motives. No. The person who could play it was not the Khan from Into Darkness. I could see the dude who played him in The Wrath of Khan. He might pull it off.
That old guy?
Just because
Doing
the way
that.
the original Khan was.
Viggo Mortensen? Montalban?
I think so. I think that's his name. But the thing I could
Wait, what?
see is that, if there's a vendetta angle that they've got, because he could do it. Because the Khan from The Wrath of Khan, he has a vendetta against Kirk, and that's why he's so manically holy crap, I am gonna go and I will chase you to the ends of the earth. That's where that line is from. If there's a vendetta attached to this, I could see him pulling it off. But
I think
otherwise,
that-
I don't know.
I think I passed away a few years ago, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
But
sucks.
also, one thing I want to point out is, I think I might have been wrong about the Woody Harrelson casting. I think that at this point they've updated the Wikipedia page, and it is simply just saying that he's one of many cast members who are in an undisclosed role. So yet again, I have no idea if what I was said was true. Again, Wikipedia is a place you can edit, so who knows? But I'm hoping that Carnage will be in it. I'm hoping, because I would love to see Carnage. I think that it have to have some kind of horrible thing. I mean, what do you think the plot of Venom is, besides that they need to contain the symbiote or the symbiote, or whatever you want to call it, and before... And what's Venom's purpose in the movie? What is his intention? What do you think his intention is? Because I don't know.
Well, what is the intent of any anti-hero?
What does he want? He doesn't want to kill people? Because he thinks he doesn't... he does that, and also, I think that the only thing I would say about the suit so far is there's no symbol and there's no eye thing. I think someone edited an eye thing, but
No, he has the eyes.
But I'm talking about the they got the eye pretty good, but I think if Phantom made it the swirly eye from the comics, you know?
Yeah, so, yeah, I'd love to see that. I'd love to see the symbol as well.
Because I think that was actually in the... Was that in the original Spider-Man 3 movie? The swirly eye?
The swirly eye?
The longer eye? Because the one had it's crazier, on the logo itself. Yeah, I don't know. Because I remember seeing when they first unveiled the logo for the trailer, they have... Every time you see a poster for Venom, it has the Venom face. And it has the eye that goes whoop, and it swirls around and looks like it's oh my god, and they have the teeth and it's oh my god, and then you see Venom for the first time and
oh my god.
yeah, I think the moment when the tongue stuck out and it's oh my god. That was insane. Remember that point? The trailer when Venom formed around and he's all the suit formed, he had this tongue sticking out. It's that guy's the guy he's confronting. That guy's dead. That guy's gonna get killed. But yeah, I just feel I will say about the trailer. My final thoughts is that Venom looks creepier. Does he not?
Well,
I have no idea. I would
More, more
assume
intense.
so.
Because I feel like what the problem that people had with the original movie, and I had a review of it with my longest review ever, was like over an hour. I didn't need to make it that long because I was literally doing too much with the movie. But like, I found that people might have not liked Venom at all because of the fact that he was the same size as Spider-Man, and that's not comic accurate. For me personally, I like that a lot because it kind of made Venom equal to Spider-Man, so he could fight him without being, the huge guy he was in the comics. I was like, oh, Spider-Man doesn't have the advantage. In the movie, he does. That's awesome. But in the new movie, he's bigger. So, like, people like that a lot better because he's more sinister, he's bigger like in the comics, and, whoever he's facing, it'll be a little different. So, but I'm still, like, I'm finding that it's very much different Venom because in the past Venom we've seen in with Tobey Maguire, that actually had live webbing on, which I liked a lot. And yeah, actually, I think there's a cut, like a few seconds where you actually see him like swinging because in the comics, I'm pretty sure that the symbiote like has unlimited webbing, like black webbing, like that's part of the symbiote.
What happens to symbiote is he's basically got these white little marks on the top of his hands.
Yeah.
And the webs come out there, and it's all organic webs and whatnot.
Yeah.
That was one of the things that was one of the things.
Sanitary.
Well, it's part of the symbiote, but that was one of the reasons why Peter Parker loved having this symbiote when he was bonded with in the comics, because he never had the organic web shooters. He never actually had it coming out of him in the comics.
Yeah.
They always had to use the actual web shooters and whatnot, like they've done in the latest incarnations. I fucking love that. Anyway, but because now comes out with suit. Woo, woo, woo. That's what Venom has, and it's unlimited, and he can do it from. I think he's actually had it come from like every angle on his body. Like you see in the trailers as well. He's using the web to grab onto.
Oh yeah,
his
like it like launches from his chest, his arms. Like he's like, while I do that kind of thing, it's like that's crazy. Also, I will say the voice of Venom is sinister, and it's like you remember in Spider-Man 3 how the voice of Venom was basically Topher Grace. People didn't like that. I didn't think it was that bad, but like in the trailer we have Venom's voice, and it's way different. It's like much deeper. And it isn't even close to Tom Hardy's voice. It's just like, it's creepy. And I love it. It's like this deep voice, and it's like, it kind of reminds me of Keith David, if you know that voice actor. He voices the cat in Coraline, and he also does the Arbiter and a bunch of other voices. And I don't know, it probably he has that same voice. It kind of reminds me of Keith David in that particular way. But, I don't know, what do you think of the voice?
Yeah, when he does We Are Venom, yeah,
that voice.
That was fucking fantastic.
Damn.
And I just can't go over
I was impressed with it.
I just can't get over the fact that when the mouth forms, it's like, it's like, oh my god, that's insane. It looks cool though. Like it's supposed to be creepy, but it's like it like forms around him. It's just so cool, It's like this is the Venom we want.
Are you sure you're talking about Venom and not like some alien sci-fi movie?
This is Venom. This is the goo monster that we've all known from the comics.
What are you talking about?
This sounds like some kind of like prey.
Yeah, I just referred to Venom as a goo monster. I know. I'm weird.
No, you're not weird.
Venom is a goo monster, though, right? Isn't that basically what Venom is? He's a goo monster.
I said it reminds me of Prey, like that one video game.
I've heard of it. I haven't played it.
Sounds more like Alien than anything else.
Kinda that too.
Prey was heavily inspired by Alien.
Okay, so final thoughts on Venom trailer. What are your hopes for it?
I can't wait to
trailer
see
was
it.
shit. Second one is a hell of a lot better. They should have opened with that.
Definitely, I definitely think that. I feel like I will say though that kind of like with second trailers, I feel like they're showing them like they're adding them to the theaters now, because the first trailer is like, oh, it's like, come on, like I don't want to see this because I don't have any Venom. But like second trailer is always is the way better. It's way better, and I feel like I don't know. Did this time hard to make a good choice for Eddie Brock? Because I feel like Topher Grace did a good job too. But do you think so? Because some actors aren't the greatest, but I feel like I don't know. Like it's hard to imagine him as Venom because Topher Grace did such a great job as Venom. So, but that's just my opinion. Do you have Do you think he'll do a good job as Venom? Or sorry, Eddie Brock?
I'm not familiar with the actor,
He played
but
Bane.
I have hopes.
He played Bane in the Dark Knight movie.
So he played, like you just said, he played Bane in the Dark Knight. He also was he played Max in Mad Max Fury Road. And
oh, no way.
Yeah, Tom Hardy. What were some of the other things that he's done? I know that he's done a few others. Let me research while we're doing
He was in the movie that I never saw, Dunkirk, the war movie, which I...
Oh my god, Dunkirk.
That movie kept playing the trailer for a movie that
what character is he going to play in this particular movie, though?
He's going to play Eddie Brock.
Eddie Brock, Venom.
Yeah, I just wasn't really into war films. I just kind of stopped. I avoided
He
Dunkirk.
played a Mad Max Fury Road type character. I could see it.
Yeah, he's the one that played Max. Hang on.
Yeah, I could see it. I mean, the Mad Max, if he can pull off a Mad Max Fury Road type character, along with, what else? I can kind of see it.
Man, because I know that at one of the conventions that they showed off the movie trailer. I think they showed off the actor, and he's like, I promise you, I'll give the best performance of Eddie Brock I can muster, or I can muster because he's British. So like, but I'm still, I don't know, certain casting choices I'm not happy with particularly because like I feel like when they first announced, I'm like, oh man, DC side to a Marvel side, huh? You could do the hero to the villain thing again, like all the time, like remember that post? It's like, you know, every actor is like, oh, you see yourself long enough to become the villain, or whatever you call it. I don't know what they call it.
Oh, that one quote.
Yeah, the quote. It's like you play the villain, you play the good guy, then you play the bad guy.
Suicide Squad, I think. Is the name.
Yeah, whatever you call it. And like he played Bane, now he's playing Venom. So it's like a publisher swift. So like he was going from Marvel to going from DC to Marvel. And I feel like I don't know. I think it'll definitely be interesting to see him in the role of Eddie Brock. I feel like it's gonna be very different because I don't know if there's any other Marvel characters aside from Venom that'll be in the movie. I definitely think it's an improvement from the original one they had in the last live action movie, but I still prefer that one over this one. Just because he was very creepy. But I feel like this new one, we deserve it. We deserve a new version of him, and people want it. And people are saying like, oh, this is not the one we deserve. Like, it looks awesome. It looks very terrifying, and like, oh my god, what's gonna happen?
Bottom line, I can see him pulling off, like, if an actor that can play Mad Max and Bane from The Dark Knight could probably pull off a Venom.
Yeah, definitely.
I can see it.
I mean, it's just like, because I remember in the Superman 3, he played a reporter, or was a photographer? I don't know what his role
Something
is.
like that.
But
so,
like,
so what were you saying?
He's in this movie, he's a reporter. So I don't know if he's playing this. He's the same human character.
He's basically the exact same. So basically, all that you need to know about Eddie Brock, I don't remember if he was a reporter or a photographer in the original stuff. I don't know, so don't quote me either way. But basically, exactly what he was just a rival of Peter Parker's at the Daily Bugle.
Yeah.
That's essentially what he was. He hated Peter because he got the better shots of Spider-Man and whatnot, which you see in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why I really loved it. They did that very faithfully, as far as I'm aware, though. So, again, don't quote me on that. But essentially, that's what he does. That's exactly what his character is. He's a rival of Peter Parker at the Daily Planet. Bugle.
Oh, we're doing all DC now,
the Daily Place, whatever it's called. J. Jonah Jameson, you know. But yeah, that's essentially what...
Well, they should call it the Daily Trumpet now, because it's a trumpet, actually, not a bugle. The Daily Trumpet, yeah, it's a trumpet.
But, yeah, in this one, he's going to be a reporter. I don't know if they're going to do the Daily Bugle. I hope they do, and like I said, that time jump, so it's years later, where Spider-Man is a reporter as well, on himself for Spider-Man. But I don't know what happens in Infinity War, so...
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I definitely... one thing I really hope they do in the movie, just to wrap up here, because I want to move on to the final topic, and that is...
Yes, please. Gotta run.
That is the theme. Because remember in Spider-Man 3, they had a particular theme for Venom. It was like... Remember that? It was really, like, sinister. It was, like, really... Like, oh my god, I love that theme. And I hope they give Venom a special theme. Because every character has a special theme. I hope they give him kind of a really...
Every character should have a special theme.
Yeah, they have some kind of, like dark, creepy, atmospheric theme that, like, they want to have in Spider-Man 3. I hope that they have that with this movie. They have to. Because otherwise, like, you know... Plus, I'm really hoping that Sony is gonna do a good job because they want to make their own universe. I hope they do well. So that's all I can say about Venom trailer. I'm hyped for it. October 5th. Put your calendars. Go get ready to see it. We'll know more about the movie when the next trailer comes out later this year. But for now, let's move on to there's a Star Wars trailer, Star Wars series that got announced. I think it's the one. It's not the live action one that Steven Spielberg said he was making, but it was the.
I've heard it's called Resistance.
Resistance. It's a new kind of thing. It's like because we have in the Star Wars universe they've had like animated shows. We had Clone Wars, which is between episodes 2 and 3.
I want to just 1 second here though. I have to say the Clone Wars, the original 2003 animated shorts. There's a difference between animated and CGI.
Yeah.
CGI is 2008 Clone Wars.
CGI is still animation, but the 2003 shorts were cell animation.
They were like animated.
Yeah, of course. But there's that, and then there's the Rebel series, which I haven't seen yet because I just haven't gotten around to it. I definitely think that this Star Wars series, I think it's important because there's a lot of I feel like with every new thing in addition to the Star Wars universe, there's always something they don't make, the story they leave out, and they they should keep making expanded material for shows or something like that, because it's like we miss out all this story, right?
You just need to read the books and the comics.
But I'm saying if those of us who don't read the books and the comics, it's a little
You've also got to consider what's legends and what's canon. The original Clone Wars, like the 03, isn't canon, but it's important. But all the movies that Lucasfilm has made, pretty much everything after 2014 is canon.
Here's the thing with canonicity. I don't give a shit. I was in the era before they had the whole Disney buying Lucasfilm thing, so I was alive when they didn't make the deal. So if they say it's Legends, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna read it. It's a story.
I'm still going to read it too.
I don't give a shit. I was in that era before they had that deal. So I don't care what they say. It's like my brother's like, oh well, if you hear that it's not canon. It's like, do you think I care? It's Star Wars. Come on, give me a break here. If it's Star Wars, it's Star Wars. It's like saying Han Solo. It's like it's not Star Wars enough for you. Hello. It's a Star Wars movie. It doesn't have to have lightsabers to be a Star Wars movie. I mean, come on.
Rogue One was a damn good Star Wars movie, and actually the original, the idea was gonna be that Jyn was gonna have a kyber crystal, but they didn't put that in.
Don't tell me. I haven't seen it yet. I'm holding off. I'm holding off. I'm waiting. I'm giving my time.
Aired in 2016.
I'm being patient here. I probably should get back to reading those comics or the book I got back into reading. But basically, final thoughts on this announcement.
I love it.
I'm looking forward to it. I'll tell you when I see it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it's interesting that they're expanding upon more material. I think it's fantastic.
I want it to look like the 03 Clone Wars too. I kind of feel like it's gonna go
specifically though? Why specifically?
Why the 03 Clone Wars? Because I liked
crafted show. I loved it.
I liked the 03 Clone Wars, the way it's designed, and the only thing that I had a problem with it or the 08 Clone Wars was that Anakin looked kind of old and Windu didn't look quite. He looked a little bit off.
He didn't look like Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, well. But I liked the design otherwise. It looks really nice. But they really need to make sure that basically they need to get it right.
Definitely. Yeah. Definitely.
But I like it. I feel like if they're gonna go in and animate this, it should be probably at least heavily based, if not completely based.
On the last two.
Pretty much on 03 Clone Wars.
Or, I mean, I was thinking of because they've done, Clone Wars Rebels with the same kind of graphics engine, the 3D modeling. But to have them change it would be not terrible, but it would be very different. I think, it's been done before with animated series before, so it wouldn't be the end of the world. I think it would be very different. I think it would. Sometimes different is good. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's good to have that.
If they're gonna do a CG animation of it, it should probably be Clone Wars or Rebels.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's premiering this fall, right? I don't know when it's premiering.
I don't know. I think it's fall.
Yeah, either way, something like that. But it just got announced. Looks fun. I think it'll be fun. I have no idea, but in the meantime, we are actually at time here. We didn't. I feel like it's okay to
We're
be
not way over
going
time.
longer. I don't really think it matters anymore. Although I will say though it does matter with because bigdinoguy lives in a certain area of the U.S. We have to end at a specific hour because that's just he has a time zone thing. We don't. Time zone sucks.
10:30.
Yeah, definitely. So we have to wrap up because we have been talking quite a lot and we pretty much we burned up our subject pretty much. We have nothing
I
else to
think
talk
we
about.
pretty much covered all of it.
Yeah, I think we got it.
In depth.
Anyway, yeah, so thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of the Madhouse. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button. We all really appreciate the support. And if you're new to this channel, subscribe for more episodes of this podcast and other series that I do. And also make sure you subscribe to make sure you subscribe to bigdinoguy in the process. Link will also be in the description.
I'm gonna start coming back here soon.
That's good.
Hashtag notifications squad.
Of course. And we'll be back next time with episode 100. Alright, bye-bye.
May the force be with you all.
Toodles, frick.